So we saw that how Shripad Madhyacharya, he repaid the he repaid his teacher. He re, 1 minute, just wait, just wait. He repaid his teacher by saving his son from a terrible headache which he always had. Now he's imparting the knowledge to the teacher by teaching, reciting Aitreya Upanishad. He has resolved to take sannyas. From there we'll start. Resolves to assume sannyas. The drama of Gurukul Vas was over. The next deed was he himself to become the teacher of the world and teach. The Gurukul Vas was for the welfare of the world, to show that one who was not a student of another would never become the teacher of others. So to become teacher, first one should be a student also. Everywhere there was a wailing of real knowledge. Water is for thirsty, and scriptures are for earnest seeker. Yesterday we did this. If it fails, the lives of both would be empty. So in this way, despite having the scriptures in abundance, the virtuous ones were languishing in confusion for want of its correct knowledge. The distorted commentaries on the scriptures multiplied their anxiety by hundreds. Vasudev thought severe punishment is the proper lesson for the dishonest men who have insulted the scriptures by writing wrong commentaries on them. It is proper for me, the capable one, to do so, but Mother Durga will incarnate to punish such evil ones. So it is her work. Now, verbal punishment is a lesson to be given by me. For that, I must hold danda. I must become an ascetic. Along with the reasoning, good conduct also is ruined. Ascetics have lost purity of their ashrama by bad association or by bad conduct. For the revival of reasoning and good conduct, accepting asceticism and emergence of good scriptures are unavoidable. The first eligibility for asceticism is to relegate everything to Bhagavan as a pledge. Not only the possessions, but also it was seen are to be considered as being the controller of being under the control of Bhagavan. Vasudev started doing that only. He prostrated to all those whom he met. For those who inquired, the reply was, all these are the belongings of Bhagavan. So what he would really wanted to tell, that the body belongs to Bhagavan, everything belongs to Bhagavan, and hence was a prostration. So our whole consciousness should be everything belongs to Bhagavan. Every moment is of Krishna. Though it was a puzzle for others, his father, who was well versed in the scriptures, understood it. It is the prior indication that his son is going to become an ascetic. So he is resolved to become a sannyas. So sannyasi should understand that everything belongs to Lord. It is not our time, it is Krishna's time. It is not our property, it is Krishna's property. So everything should be utilized in the service of Krishna. The antecedents of Achyuta Preksha. So where did he go to take the sannyas initiation? It is to Achyuta Preksha. Indeed, one day Vasudev walked out of his house. Now he has resolved to take sannyas, but sannyas again has to be taken under the guidance of a spiritual master. So he walked out of his house. He walked towards an ascetic who stayed near Udupi. His name was Achyuta Preksha, alias Achyuta Pragya. His another name was Purushottama Tirtha. True to his name, he was always meditating on Achyuta. He was an embodiment of knowledge and enunciation. His accomplishments was not one or two. His accomplishments was not of one or two births. He was an ascetic even during the days of Mahabharata. He is not just an ascetic of this birth. He is an ascetic from the days of Mahabharata. He was living in Hastinapur of the Pandavas. Every day he had alms from Dharmaraj. It was prepared by the immortal hands of Draupadi Devi. It was offered to Bhagavan by Bhima, the consort of Bharati. Draupadi is Draupadi is would be Saraswati, the presiding deity of food. Bhimasen is Vayudeva, the consort of Bharati. So Saraswati is expansion of Draupadi, or you can say Draupadi is expansion of Saraswati. And Bhima's who is Hanuman. Hanuman's consort is Bharati. That means the knowledge is the consort of Hanuman. So we are speaking of the expansion of Saraswati, who is Bharati. Saraswati is wife of Brahma, so we should not be confused. Saraswati's expansion of Bharati is a consort of Bhima, as well as when the same appears as Hanuman, the consort of Hanuman. Now Bhimasen is Vayudeva, the consort of Bharati. The giver was Yudhishthir, an embodiment of virtue. Thus, there was a chain of sanctity behind that food. So, we have seen that everything should be sanctified. Then the food is accepted by Lord. The giver also should have a wonderful consciousness. Then the process should be wonderful. Brahmarpanam, Brahmahavi, Brahmagno, Brahmanahutam, Brahmaivatena Gantavyam. Brahmaivatena Gantavyam. Then the last line comes. Just find out, Raksha. Brahmaivatena Gantavyam. Brahmarpanam, Brahmahavi, Brahmagno, Brahmanahutam, Brahmaivatena Gantavyam. Last line comes. Let's see what is the line. Anyhow, the Brahmaivatena Gantavyam. Everything should be Gantavya, should be Brahma. Brahman means everything should be sanctified. That is why if you see in Shri Vaishnava Sampradaya, before taking the prasad, they will chant this verse. This verse is very, very important. When this verse is chanted, that means now everything has become purified. Only in purified consciousness we can offer. At the same time, the purified consciousness only we can even grahanam, we can even take. The food cooked should be also in the purified consciousness. If a person is in the purified consciousness, then everything is purified. How the sacrifice is performed, that is more important. It is not just I have to do it. No. Krishna is bhava grahit janardana. He accepts the bhava. That is most important. So this verse speaks about how everything is offered with bhava. Brahmarpanam Brahmahavir, Brahmagno, Brahmanautam, Brahmaivatena Gantavyam, Brahma Karma Samadhina. It's in the 4th chapter, Bhagavad Gita. So Vasudev, an incarnation of Bhima, came to know whose mind was cleansed by the grace of consuming the food offered by Bhima to redeem him. This incident is an instance in point showing how sanctified food is a means for rare knowledge. Vasudev was himself Vayudeva, the Jagat Guru. Even so, he came to him to give another message to the world. Asceticism is the best ashrama for instruction of knowledge. But it is respectable only when it is ordained by authorized ascetic. The preaching of knowledge by an unauthorized ascetic could not escape from the danger of being unauthentic. So that is why it is said, even Srila Prabhupada says, if Mayavad philosophy touches Bhagavatam, it is like poisoning Bhagavatam. So unauthorized, unscrupulous people cannot give explanation to the scriptures. It is like adding poison to the scriptures. That was why the attention was on Achyuta Preksha, who came in an authorized lineage. So Achyuta Preksha comes in an authorized lineage. This is a warning given by Vasudeva to those people who proclaim as teachers on their own. So never to accept such people who become teacher on their own. Yesterday night, some dream came, then he got some realization, then he saying some in the dream he saw someone, or he is the guru in the past. All this is all bogus. One should understand one has to take to disciplic succession. Hearing to such gurus, many people call themselves Sadgurus, this guru, that guru. Though they may have profound language, they may present themselves very nicely, but hearing to them is as good as hearing a poisonous thing. The lineage of the pontificate Achyuta Preksha was managing in the present birth was uncommon like his matchless past birth. It is the Vedanta pontificate founded by Bhagavan himself, known as Hamsa. Following him, Sri Shanaka and others, Sri Durvasa, Sri Paratirtha, Sri Satya Pragyatirtha, Sri Pragyatirtha, and others adorned in order. So this started by where? Hamsa. So in Satyuga, Lord appears as Hamsa. From Hamsa, Shanak Sanatan, they learned. And from Shanak Sanatan came Durvasa, they learned. So in this way it came. And then you can, in one way, you can say, is it a Kumar Sampradaya? Because Shanak Sanatan comes in Kumar Sampradaya. Now, Madhyacharya comes in Madhva Sampradaya. So one should not think that because here Sanak Sanatan, Durvasa, and even Pragya Tirtha also followed Khamsa. So it is coming in the disciplic succession. From Pragya Tirtha comes Madhva Sampradaya. Paratirtha was a disciple of Durvasa. He was a great ascetic who possessed the power to bless and curse. Satya Pragya was a disciple of Paratirtha. He was an expert commentator who could teach even sages. Manimanjari refers to the attempt in vain of Shankaracharya to get ordained as an ascetic by either of them. So, Mani Manjari refers to the attempt in vain of Shankaracharya to get ordained. So, Shankaracharya could not get initiation in this sampradaya because Shankaracharya has to start something for which a Kali should become like a Mayavad philosophy he has to give. So, how will he be accepted in the Vaishnava Siddhanta, though he is a greatest Vaishnava? That has been given here. Then Pragyatirtha was a disciple of Satya Pragyatirtha. He was an yogi endowed with abundant devotion to God and was an erudite scholar of the Vedas and Vedanta. Lecturing on the Vedas was his favorite duty. During his period, Nandigram, near Ayodhya, was the seat of that pontificate. At the time, caught by the compulsion of the Mayavadins, he happened to lose the core of his original tradition. So he left Nandigram and went to Jagannath Puri. Today I was just thinking while reading something about Ayodhya should come. Huh. Because it is like today, Lord has reached near Ayodhya. The Lord is there in the kutir of Bharadwaj, Rishi. And tomorrow Lord is going to enter Ayodhya. I was just thinking every time when we read, our Acharyas bless us by giving the instance of the same thing. So anyhow, Ayodhya. Nandigram is near Ayodhya. After some time from Nandigram, he goes to Jagannath Puri. There too, the persecution of Mayavadins did not spare him. There also, there were so many Mayavadins. After spending a Chaturmas there, he returned to Nandigram in the guise of a Mayan. Repaired to Badri, went to Badri, engaged himself in penance. There his teacher Satyapragya appeared before him, consoled him, gave him guidance as per his instructions. Pragyatirtha returned to Jagannath Puri, lived there by following the virtuous tradition and with a commitment to the furtherance of his lineage. In due course of time, Achyuta Pariksha occupied that pontificate. For some other reason, he came to Kerala from Jagannath Puri, and finally he reached Udupi as was instructed by his teacher, and started worshipping Ananteshwar. So Hamsa gave the knowledge to Sanak Sanatan, then the Durvasa, Paratirtha, Satyapragya, then it came to Pragyatirtha, who is himself Achyuta Preksha. Now his teacher instructed him to go to Udupi and there worship Ananteshwara. So, in this way, thus he belonged to such a virtuous lineage, was another reason for Vasudeva to approach him for sannyas. The principle behind this is that one who ordains asceticism should belong to that authorized lineage. Achyuta Preksha was strictly committed to achara, but he could not achieve pure reflection. It was not possible to achieve it without proper guidance. His teacher too cautioned him towards the end of his life by the following message: Achyuta, the Mayavad which people trust today says that Brahman is devoid of all qualities. It says world is unreal. It says to meditate as Aham Brahmasmi. So far, it has not come to the experience of me, my preceptor, or his predecessors. Being itself unreal, there is no chance of it coming to experience. But I do not know the right way. May you attempt to know it. For that, propitiate Bhagavan specially. May you be fortunate. So his teacher says that even Aham Brahmasmi has not been known to me perfectly. And so much of Mayavad philosophy is predominant. So knowing it, it's very difficult. The word of the teacher became the warning bell for Chitta Preksha. Don't be carried away by the word Aham Brahmasmi. From that day on towards he came to the sacred environment of Udupi and started worshipping Ananteshwara. His aim was one only, to obtain real knowledge. So in this way, to proceed to liberation, the permanent abode of bliss, Anantasana was pleased with his exceptional penance and purity. He indicated it by entering into a man. Achyuta Preksha, you will obtain extraordinary disciple. You would get real knowledge through him. Now, see, teacher is going to get knowledge from student. A puzzle-like message. Instead of acquisition of knowledge through a teacher, getting knowledge through a student. This is what is a miracle. Achyuta Preksha became immensely calm. There was a clear indication for the fruition of his service. His time was spent in anticipation. To see a teacher for redemption is a command of the scriptures, but he was waiting for the student who would redeem him. Vasudev came to him. He requested, kindly accept me as as a Shishya. Though he sought discipleship, the tone of his words were indicating, I am the Guru who came to redeem you. So, in this way, one Achyuta Preksha saw his Guru in that Shishya. In one place, it is said, he asked the Lord, how will I identify that he is the he is going to be the teacher for me, or he is going to give me the knowledge. Lord said, Durga will follow him. So when Madhva came to him, Vasudeva came to him, he saw Durga ji also following him with eight hands. There he understood that this boy who has come as a Shishya, Vasudeva, he is going to be his teacher. Now, anyhow, every parent attempts to prevent their son to take sannyas because they have so much of love for the child. So when Vasudev was not seen in the house of his father and mother, worry descended him on them. They had already seen indications of his renouncing home, even in his delightful pastimes. Indeed, that happened. Father, who started searching for the son, praised his presence in the company of Achyuta Preksha and hurried there. He appealed to him in various ways to return home. He placed before him the strong reason: we are old. It is not proper for you to become an ascetic, abandoning us. Vasudev said, Vasudev said, the age of the parents should not stand in the way of the son becoming an ascetic. Knowing no other way, his father circumvented him once and requested him with folded hands. Vasudev said, by your words, you're telling me not to become an ascetic, but by your deed, you're asking me to become an ascetic. He explained these unintelligible words. Elders prostrate youngsters only when they have become ascetics. You have not prostrated me. You have now prostrated to me, your youngster. Then by this it means that you have given me permission. How graceful is the Lord! By making you behave like this, He has directed me to take sannyas. The stunned parents again asked him not to become a sannyasi and return home with heavy heart. And in this way, they returned home with heavy heart. Few days passed. The only days had passed for the couple that appeared to be a long period, as if what passed was kalpas. That was the effect of sorrow. That's what we chant in Shastakam also. Yugaitam nimeshena chakshusha praushaitam shunyaitam jagat sarvam govinda virehena me. Without Vasudev, every moment was a kalpa. Once again, Bhatt went in search of his son. Vasudev was at Utyadi Mutt in a place called Kariyur on the banks of Netravati. Achyuta was staying there during his tour. Vasudeva was staying in his company. Vasudeva declined his request again, but was provoked. Vasudeva's stubbornness has exceeded the limit. It is certain I will die if you become an ascetic. Even before he concluded his words, Vasudeva tore his upper portion, wore the lion cloth, and said, Behold, I have become an ascetic. Give up your life. I will see. Apparently, they were impertinent words. It would have happened like that, even if someone else had said it. But here, those words were spoken by Vasudeva. He has the responsibility of the breathing of all beings. The meaning of this was when I, Pranadev, am holding your breathing, how could you give up your life? What happened then was that only, leaving words of his death, Bhatt took up some other words. Vasudev, what kind of duty is this? Both of us are old. Our first two sons are not alive now. You are the only support. The scriptures declare asceticism is not superior to supporting the parents. Vasudeva replied again, the compulsion you have mentioned relates only to matters. Vairagya is the only eligibility for asceticism and not other reasons. So declare that the Vedas too, brahmachari, householder, anyone else, may become an ascetic as soon as detachment is born in him. Even so, let it happen as you said. I will not become an ascetic before another son is born to you. But became a little calm. He was already old. The birth of another son for him is a dream. Believing it, he said, Child, I could bear your separation with my background of scripture studies. But how could your mother who gave you birth bear it? Vasudev. Indeed, Vasudev made use of that opportunity. If so, please give me permission. It is my responsibility to convince my mother. Bhatt was tongue tied. What have I done in haste? Repenting thus, he said, So be it, whatever it is only after the birth of another son. After returning to home, Bhatt told his wife what had happened, informed her of his foolishness in the haste of the words, and cautioned his wife, May you not commit the mistake that I have committed. You should not give him permission for asceticism under any circumstances. The resolve of his wife was stronger than his instruction. She resolved, it is never possible to give permission for asceticism. Now just see, very clearly it has been said that I am holding your life. How is it that you can give up the pranas in this way? But still, just considering his mother's request, his father's request, what happened? He just gave a condition. If another child is born, I'm going to come back. So that is how tomorrow we'll see. Maybe not tomorrow. We'll meet directly on Monday and we'll see about another son born to Madhyacharya. So we'll have directly the class on Monday. Okay. Hare Krishna. Panchakalpatarubhyascha कृपासिन्धुभ्यः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः वैष्णववृंदे की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय requesting everyone to come on 2nd for the Govardhan Annakut. It's also a special invitation by our Naina Manjari. Come here. It is her birthday on that day.
Please come. Please come in my birthday.
Yeah, it is on 2nd November. It is actually Govardhan Annakut. She is born on that day. So we'll be celebrating Annakut also, as well as Nainu's birthday. Hare Krishna.